Hi everybody, this is Boog S Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the McFarlane Toys digital DC Multiverse Batman figure. So before we take a look at Batman, let's take a look at all of the accessories that he comes with. So first up, you get the McFarlane Toys digital base, but he stands perfectly well on his own. I haven't had to use this base even for some dynamic poses, so I'm really impressed with that. Up next, you get this really sick shot of Batman on the data file. I'm pretty sure this is Jim Lee's art. That looks very awesome. And on the back, you get pretty much the same copy and paste bio, but if you want to read that, go ahead and pause that now. Up next, you get the digital code for the digital version of this figure, which for holding this wave, I actually got 50% off the next wave of these digital figures. So owning these digitals do have their perks. Up next, he comes with a set of fisted hands. Up next, he comes with an alternate set of hands, a left open hand and a right accessory holding hand. Up next, he comes with this gold Batarang. And that gold really stands out. I love the color that McFarlane Toys used for that. I did think it was a little bulky in his hand, which I still kind of do, but he grips it really well. It's a really tight and secure fit. Up next, he comes with his all-gold grapnel gun. And just like with the Batarang, I didn't think he'd be able to hold this that well because there's really no grip right there. But he holds it very well. It's very secure. So I'm really happy with that. And finally, he comes with an alternate unmasked head sculpt. And I really love the way this unmasked head sculpt looks. It really reminds me of Greg Capullo's art, especially from the side. I really think that's what this is inspired by. I'm not 100% sure, but this head sculpt really reminds me of Greg Capullo's art. All the details are printed on nicely. The only thing that drives me a little bit nuts is the glimmer of light in each eye. They did paint a little glimmer of light on each eye, and I think it looks just a little bit weird. But other than that, I really like this head sculpt, and it really reminds me of Greg Capullo's art. So now let's go ahead and take a closer look at the masked up head. So taking a look at this head sculpt, I think McFarlane Toys did a really awesome job on it as well. Just like with the unmasked head, I think this really looks like Greg Capullo's art. And that looks really good. I'm pretty sure this just reuses the Rebirth Batman body mold from, I think that's like a couple years ago. I think it's been reused once or twice since then, but this is my first time having a figure using this body mold, and I'm pretty impressed with it. The body mold is sculpted very nicely. All the muscles and the little wrinkles in between the muscles looks very nice. The bat logo is actually textured and has this really nice gold outline to it, and the gold really stands out on this light gray and blue collar scheme. The belt is also sculpted and painted really nicely. All the little black segments are painted all the way around the figure, even on the back of the belt they're painted on, and that looks very nice. As I said, the colors on this really pop. You got the lines sculpted in the suit right there. If I did have one complaint, I do think there needs to be some black paint in these lines. But other than that, I think it looks really good. You get some really nice sculpt detail to the gloves and boots. I think a black wash would really bring all of these details on the boots out very nicely. All the wrinkles on the cape are sculpted really nicely. I have to say, I wasn't really looking forward to this figure, but I saw it at Walmart and decided to pick it up, and I'm really glad I did, because this is turning out to be one of my favorite Batman figures. I think McFarlane Toys did a really good job on this, and as I said, this is my first time having a figure using this body mold, and I'm blown away by it, particularly the articulation. I think the articulation is one of the best parts of this figure, so now let's go ahead and go over that. So he has a ball-jointed head that can look up all the way. He can look down all the way. He can move his head side to side very nicely. He has shoulders that can move all the way out. Even with the cape right up here, that doesn't hinder it. You get some butterfly joints. They're a little crunchy, but they do move around very nicely. He has a swivel at the bicep, double-jointed elbows that can bend all the way in. Like, they bend really, really far in. So that's some really good articulation right there. One thing that I'm really impressed by is you can actually get him crossing his arms right there. It's not exact because I feel like he'd need another open hand to get it perfect. But yeah, you can actually get him crossing his arms, and that looks pretty decent. That's how good the articulation here in the arms are. He has a ball-jointed wrist that can move up and down very nicely. The gloves don't hinder the articulation. This is a really soft rubbery piece, so you can move it up and down and spin it all the way around very nicely. He has an ab crunch that can move all the way back. He can actually move all the way forward too. You do get some gappage right here, some serious gappage back here, but he can actually crunch forward a nice amount, so I'm really happy with that. You can also move side to side right here, and side to side at the waist, and all the way around like that. He has hips that can do a complete split. He can kick forward all the way. he can kick back all the way. He has a very nice thigh swivel. Double jointed knees that can move back all the way. Ball jointed ankles that can move down, up, spin all the way around. And toe articulation that can move up all the way. So yeah, now that I have this in hand, this is articulated very, very nicely. The articulation on this one really surprised me. So now, let's go ahead and do some size comparisons. So first up, here he is next to the Nightfall Batman. Here he is next to the Hush Batman, and the Hush Batman is definitely taller than this one. Here he is next to the Year 2 Batman, and again this one is taller. Here he is next to the first Damian Wayne Robin figure. Here he is next to the Rebirth Superman, and I think these scale pretty well together. Here he is next to Wonder Woman. Here he is next to Modern Aquaman. And finally, here he is next to another Greg Capullo design, the Platinum Jim Gordon figure. So overall, I would highly recommend picking this up because this figure really surprised me. Since this used an older body mold, I wasn't entirely looking forward to picking it up, but now that I have it in hand, I am blown away by it. I think the sculpt is great, he comes with a bunch of accessories, and he has some top-notch articulation. So yeah, if you see this, definitely pick this up. This is definitely a figure you don't want to sleep on. I did get mine at Walmart. I think that's where it's hitting a lot of right now. I haven't seen it at GameStop so far. But yeah, if you see this anywhere, definitely pick it up. It is an amazing figure. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.